Arguably, San Francisco's worst position group in the last couple of years has been their offensive line, but in this recent Saints game, there were some young players that stood out, including Dominick Puni and Jarrett Kingston. So in this video, I want to break down their performance among others. Starting out with Puni himself, the guard San Francisco selected in the 3rd round. So far, it looks like he's an absolute gem. Perhaps the best play to show off Puni's potential is this one where Joshua Dobbs throws an incomplete pass, but when you watch Puni, he passes off his man to Colton McKivitz but steps on his foot, so he comes back in order to help him and is actually able to make it there. This play not only demonstrates Puni's athleticism but his awareness, which is arguably more important for an offensive lineman. But that's not to say Puni's athleticism won't be utilized in San Francisco's wide zone runs. On this play, for instance, you can see him make it up to the backer and actually drive his man out of this play. In a similar way on this play, Puni is pulling up to the 2nd level, attacking number 6. But before getting there, I love how he punches Colton McKivitz's man to make it just a little bit easier for him. While there are still elements to Puni's game he needs to refine in the run game, like here where he needs to do a better job with his extension on Chase Young, I think overall he's promising for a rookie in this aspect, and he's even better in pass blocking. Like on this play where Puni is first engaged with the defensive end on his side, but sees the other defensive lineman coming on the stunt. So he's able to actually kind of block both of them in this instance, helping out Cody Schrader and allowing Brock Purdy to get off this pass. And this would be one thing if Puni was just doing this against future practice squad members, but on this play, he's going against 8-time Pro Bowler Cameron Jordan, and he's absolutely able to neutralize his pass rush. In a similar way on this play, Puni is once again facing off against Jordan, but this time they're running a stunt on him with the other defensive lineman coming back around. So after recognizing this, Puni passes off his man and then blocks the stunt man, so effectively making 2 blocks on this play. And once again on this play, Puni is able to handle this stunt without any issue. Another area in which Puni stands out in pass protection is his ability to respond to counters. On this play, for instance, you can see this defensive lineman come out with his spin move, try to come back with another one, but each time Puni is able to reset his hands and then re-engage with his man. So while Puni is still a rookie and will have those rookie mistakes, I think San Francisco got one of the better offensive guards in this entire draft class. But outside Puni, there's also Jarrett Kingston, who's showing some promise. Kingston was selected in the 6th round for San Francisco, and while he's been rotated in at tackle, I think he's found the most of his success at guard. On this play, like Puni, he does an excellent job of identifying the stunt and then blocking it. And then on a play like this, Kingston showed off pretty good anchoring, giving up almost no ground to this defensive tackle. And then on this play, he does an excellent job of demonstrating his athleticism and strength, driving this nose tackle out of this play. While Kingston probably won't start this year if everyone's healthy, if Banks isn't healthy come week 1, I would prefer him to start over Nick Zakelj. On this play, for instance, Zakelj just decides to turn a defensive lineman right onto Purdy, which I'm not an offensive line coach, but that doesn't seem correct. And on this play, I'm pretty sure someone was responsible for Chase Young, and my bet was Nick Zakelj. He's frankly just not a starting level offensive lineman, and if Aaron Banks and Trent Williams aren't healthy, I think San Francisco should run it the entire game. Or maybe a lot of quick action plays. I just don't see how Brock Purdy's ever going to have a clean pocket. When you look at the real possibility of Jalen Moore going against a star edge rusher and Chase Young, for instance, it's going to be terrible for Brock Purdy in this offense. And their other starting tackle in Colton McKivitz really hasn't done much to inspire confidence. He's gotten numerous penalties this preseason, and he's putting up pass rush reps like this where he's just spun out of his boots, allowing Joshua Dobbs to nearly get sacked. And while Dobbs does get the first down, that's only because of his crazy athleticism. So while San Francisco's rookie offensive linemen have been impressive in Dominick Puni and Jarrett Kingston, there are still some glaring question marks, and this might even be worse than last season, especially if they can't get Trent Williams back. But ultimately, these are just my thoughts of San Francisco's offensive line headed into their final preseason game against the Las Vegas Raiders, and I want to hear your thoughts down below. It would also mean a ton to me if you could like and subscribe, and as always, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.